Hello, and welcome back to Belmont Bunch. I have a 102.6 degree fever right now. I just had the second dose of the vaccine, and it is annihilating me. That being said, the show must go on. And the Islanders, I was not going to miss the last game, the last regular season game at the Collie for a recap. So, we're soldiering through. First period was actually pretty good. Some jump, maybe, actually playing playing for the fans in this game and playing their last regular season game at the Coliseum. The Isles seemed to have jump. With Boston losing earlier in the day, they had the luxury of knowing that there's still something that they can, affect when it comes to who they play in the playoffs. Washington has just won an OT as I film this video, so I don't think Washington can fall further than second. So obviously home ice is gone. Bad run of play basically took us out of it. But let's get to the positive. They looked a lot better. The first period, they were playing really well. They had jump. I noticed Palmieri just trying to get the puck on net a lot more. Generally a pretty good period. And thankfully, they do get a reward because a lot of times recently, they haven't been playing good periods, but when they do, it's like they don't reward themselves by scoring, and then, they suck the rest of the game and then they lose. Eberle gets one. This starts with Leo Komarov winning a puck on the boards, getting it up ice to Barzal. Barzal, a nice little weave play with Eberle. The Devils don't, there seemed to be a miscommunication. Eberle puts it top corner, 1-0. Now, the first, and that's late in the first half of the second period, really bad. And the Islanders are fortunate, that it doesn't get away a little bit. Andreas Janssen scores on a play where Beauvillier and a bunch of guys are caught puck watching and not, adjusting and covering the back post, where Janssen kind of slid in and just ripped one. But they do have a really good response after this. So the first 10 minutes of the period, pretty bad. The last 10, pretty good. They get a power play goal. Would you believe it? Very simple play. They just got it to, I think it was Wahlstrom. Wahlstrom rips it at the net. Good save, Blackwood, but a rebound, and it's tucked home by Nelson. And only a few minutes later, I think like 2 minutes later, Nelson gets another on a nice little 3-on-2 where Beauvillier, look, putting pucks on net, it's amazing. It's like it creates chances to score. So on this one, you get Beau putting a really good shot on net, creating a rebound. It's stopped by Blackwood, but it creates a rebound in the crease. Bailey scoots it over to Nelson, who scores again. And so that line was integral to the Islanders in the playoffs last year. And for them to recently be kind of, getting back on that is really important. So there are some things out of this game. I was a little bit doom and gloom in the second period before they got going, where I was saying, like, this is incredible. You can't even get up for this game. And I know that, they've been resting guys. Clutterbuck sat tonight, but pretty much everybody else played. Like I said, I think maybe Boston losing earlier in the day gave Barry, a chance to go, all right, you know what? We win tonight. We get a head-to-head with Boston. We can start to control our own destiny a little bit, even though they don't have full control over their destiny. So it's 3-1 after 2. Third period, Palmieri gets one. It's I think Wahlstrom just kind of like alley-oops it, and Palmieri, a great move to his backhand last minute. He runs over Blackwood as he scores it. And Palmieri tonight was playing with what seemed to be a chip on his shoulder, like really getting in the faces of his old teammates. And I'm sure Blackwood was not happy. He got run a couple times tonight. So I kind of saw Palmieri, turning into Chris Kreider for a second there. Although one of them, he got pushed into the goalie. So, all right, so 4-1 there. Matt Barzal, a 2-on-1 created by Leo Komarov. So Leo played a really good game, and I think he got 2 assists. It's very interesting that they're like starting to generate some momentum in the top 6. It is the right time for it. There is going to be a decent layoff from the last regular season game for us to the first playoff game, because in the North there's a lot of games to play with the Canucks and their situation. Islanders penalty kill continued to be good in this game. Sorokin really not much to do. As you can see, only 11 shots through 2. Yeah, so good stuff from the Islanders. One of their best games in a while. Their first win against a non-Rangers team in a while. So, yeah, I think there's some things in this game that you look at and you go, oh, exciting. So I'm going to pass out. So we're going to see you next time on Belmont Bunch, when I'm hopefully not about to die. And thank you guys so much for watching. Really excited. 55 videos. Whew, it's been a lot of fun. It's honestly, what can I say other than thank you so much for joining us this season. And we'll get to do kind of the fun stuff right before the playoffs, where I get to do my bracket. I'll look at my season predictions coming into the season and see how they did. Don't think I did too well with the Penguins. I had them at 6th, I think, and they are going to win the division. So that'll be fun. If you want to see me eat crow, there you go. So we'll see you next time on Belmont Bunch. Thanks for watching.